Alright, I have just survived sitting through the entire Minecraft movie. Hello there, namaste. Let's just read the overview and see if it makes any sense. A mysterious portal pulls 4 misfits into the overworld, a bizarre, cubic wonderland that thrives on imagination. To get back home, they'll have to master the terrain while embarking on a magical quest with an unexpected crafter named Steve. Sad thing is, that overview basically sums up everything and nothing of the film. There's so much in this film that serves no purpose. Like, there's this incident where the 4 misfits are being pulled into the portal, and the whole thing would end if the stupid kid who's holding onto the cube that's sucking him through a portal just lets it go. Releases his fingers and lets it go. It was one of the stupidest things. I was watching that and I'm just like, this cube is pulling you into a cave. This cube is pulling you into a portal. Everyone's holding on to you to try to save your life because you're holding on to this cube, which is pulling you into another dimension. A lot of this stuff just makes no sense. If that's the Henry kid, or the whatever his name was, I don't know. His name tag said Henry, but I think his name was actually Hank. I don't know. The story made no sense. One thing that bothers me, well, along with everything else in this film, is like, to me, I don't do social media. I don't have TikTok. I'm never on Instagram. Nowhere else am I than on YouTube, and I only look at the things I want to on YouTube. I don't follow like trends or jokes or things like that. I just like my world to be my world. I don't like seeing all this stupid stuff out there. So this film feels like it's meant for those people who are involved in that, because I'm watching something and then this Jack Black says, "I'm Steve." Everyone starts laughing and I'm like, what? Am I supposed to get the reference there? What does that mean? It meant nothing to me. It reminded me of the whole Black Panther, "What are those?" Which made no sense to me then, makes no sense to me now, and this is the whole film like that. I'm Steve. Okay. Everyone's laughing for some reason. There's another part where there's a pig wearing a crown. Everyone's laughing. It made no sense to me, but everyone's finding it hysterical. There's a zombie kid riding a chicken. Everyone started laughing. It made no sense to me. There are so many instances like that throughout the film that make no sense. And if you think those are spoilers, I don't know how. I mean, they make no sense to me. I don't know how they can be spoilers, because the story doesn't make sense. It has no real progression. It really doesn't. So the story starts off with basically Jack Black narrating everything as a kid, and he wants to be a miner, but kids aren't allowed in the mines. And then he becomes a boring adult, and this all happens with like narration. He becomes a boring adult and then ends up going into the mine, and as an adult, the same person who's defending the mine is defending the mine when he was a kid. And he breaks in, finds 2 pieces, and just puts them together, which apparently this cube is called an orb consistently throughout the film, which kept confusing me. But yeah, Jack Black starts living in the overworld, and then while he's there, he finds himself in the netherworld. And I know that because I've seen a few, I've played Minecraft once or twice. I never truly got into it, but oh, I'm gonna get butchered for saying that. But yeah, it's just like one of those things. It's just like, okay. And he goes there, he ends up being captured, he gives his dog the orb, and he gives the dog the orb. The dog runs away with it, and he ends up hiding it under his bed. And then he's like, oh my gosh, hiding it under my bed was a bad decision. Oh my gosh. It's like, that shouldn't be. Skip, I guess, a day or 2. I don't know. They don't actually establish time whatsoever, because throughout the entire film, several days go past, and this one woman is literally having a date. The whole thing makes no sense, because it's like day, night, day, night, day, night in the overworld, but only one night is going on. I mean, I have no concept of time in this film. So many things are going on that make no sense in the film. I don't know. It just made no sense. Then they introduced Jason Momoa, who's apparently another weak male lead character, because apparently they couldn't have just one in this film, Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Let's bring in the once tough guy who was literally tough guy in what, 2 films? And then he gained some weight, and now he's just no longer playing that role. He plays whatever he's given. He's introduced, and he's running out of money. He goes to a storage shed, and he's, I guess, being hit on by the storage shed owner. I didn't understand. People were laughing. It made no sense to me, but people were laughing again. And he ends up buying everything that originally was owned by Jack Black, which involved the cube because it was hidden under his bed. And the cube apparently had a message on it that said, oh, do not attach these 2 cubes. He never had time to write that message. He flips the paper over, and on the back is like, oh, if you're an owner running out of money, there's a ton of gold here, but still do not. It's just like, it's the stupidest crap in the world. It's like, how? When did Jack Black, when he was getting captured, have time to write all that and then go like, oh my gosh, I've given him notes not to write, let's turn it over and let them know there's gold and diamonds and everything in this world. Let's do that to someone who's clearly suffering from it made no sense. It was absolutely stupid, but people found it funny. I don't know why. I guess an adult making an idiot of themselves is considered humorous. I was just like, why? Why is this so entertaining? I was wanting to get up and walk out of the film within the first 10 minutes. That's how bad it was. Everyone else was having a good time. I was just watching it like, none of this is making any sense. Then introduce the kids, apparently, who are supposed to be the smart ones. There's this 15-year-old who apparently got a job to support her younger brother because, I don't know, the girl could probably be older. She looks 15. She doesn't look like she's an adult whatsoever. She owns a house. How? It made no sense to me. She's 15. She has a social media gig at a chip factory and she promised them that she would get them more than 75 followers. It's just one of the stupidest things imaginable. It's like, you got a job like that, promising a chip company that you'll get. It's just, whatever. It makes no sense. It's not supposed to make sense. But her brother's apparently a genius who builds a jetpack and blows up the chip factory because some bullies in the school clip one of the wires. I don't know. It was just what it's supposed to be, which I don't know if it's supposed to make any sense, because at the end, the jetpack works, but he had no control over where the jetpack was going to fly in the first place. He could launch it, but he had no control because the controls were on the jetpack, on the skeleton frame. Again, you're not supposed to think about these things. You're not supposed to actually think about these films. You're supposed to turn off your brain, live for like a few seconds in each scene, because apparently each scene is its own reference to either TikTok or Instagram or some kind of stupid joke outside of the film. Which, I'm not going to do homework to watch a movie. It's just like the same Marvel issue where Marvel's like, oh, okay, this next movie is going to have these 20 people from these shows, which you have to watch all these shows in order to watch this one movie. I was like, no, I'm not going to go elsewhere to do homework just to understand a joke that's said here. It's stupidity. Just make it concise. Make it all in one film. Yeah, but because the kid, whose name I don't know, blew up the mascot up top of the chip factory, he gets basically thrown out of school. He calls Jason Momoa up, claiming he's his uncle or whatever, because he ran into him by happenstance right before. And what does he do? He ends up finding the cube, attaching it, and that's when everyone gets sucked into the freaking portal. Yeah, I have no clue why that one lady is there, you know, the heavyset woman. I have no clue why she's there. Is she a friend of the family? Is she a real estate agent? I don't know. I don't know. But apparently the older sister, who's 15 years old, felt comfortable enough to call this unknown woman and be like, I need your help. I need to find my brother. He's been missing, whatever. And then she apparently tracks him down, just tapping on the phone and be like, oh, he's at the mine. And that's when everyone ends up getting sucked into the freaking portal. So the evil ruler of the Netherworld releases Jack Black's character and is supposed to basically get the cube orb back from the fleshy humans and return it to her, because Jack Black now is an evil character. I don't know. It made no sense. She claimed that she had Dennis, even though Jack Black saw Dennis leave with the cube. How could the lady have Dennis when Jack Black saw him leave? It just made no sense to me. It was like, you know the dog left. You know the dog wasn't returned. It just, whatever. Just accept it and be like, okay, this is just sheer stupidity. Turn off your brain, continue watching. And then a lot of this film becomes absolutely pointless, because the problem is, it's a video game movie, so you can easily excuse away the fact that you have these pointless quests. What happens? Jason Momoa is holding the cube orb thing. It's still pissing me off that they said that. He's holding it, and of course, the outside casing gets shattered, and the portal to Earth disappears, and it's only just the regular cube. They need to go on a quest to repair the glass or find the casing once again. So they have to go, Jack Black basically assists them to go to this, I don't know, a house and do a robbery. It made no sense. None of it made sense to me. I'm just like, why, of all things, is this in a house? This is Minecraft. I thought you could build everything in Minecraft as long as you got the pieces. And apparently they show that everything, diamonds, ether, ore, everything is easily accessible here. Jack Black has access to everything. They could have easily built their own. Why go on this side quest? Because at the very end of the film, which I'm just skipping over everything because there is no film here, they have this montage of them getting prepared to fight. And keep in mind, this whole film is happening while one lady's going on a date, while the principal is going on a date with one of the villagers. Yeah, the entire film takes place in one night, and there's like 20 days right there. But this montage, Jack Black goes for like harvesting diamonds. It was like, I thought it was an entire detour to get to the diamonds. I thought there was an entire detour to do this. I thought there was an entire place to do this. I thought you had to, but no, everything was right there for them. When the Netherworld starts invading, immediately they have this, like, they invade immediately, and Jack Black and the rest of the crew are all able to defend themselves within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, they built all the explosives. They harvest all the diamonds. They harvest everything they could possibly need. This film is one of the worst films I have ever seen. It's the worst film I have ever seen in cinemas. It truly is. But it is one of the worst films I have ever seen. And I think the thing that got me angrier was the fact that so many people around me were able to shut off their brains. It's like, is this what's happening to our society? Are they truly able to just be stupid? Are they able to just be like, I'm gonna shut off my brain and enjoy this retardation that's been created for my enjoyment? I'm just gonna consume what's put before me because I enjoy the product it's based on. No! Oh my gosh. It was absolutely awful. While I was walking out, I was just pissed. And I heard people talking about how this is the worst, best movie ever made. No, that's The Room. Come on. This is not the worst, best movie ever made. This is just a trash film. It's just a massive money grab. They put the name Minecraft on it, put references from Minecraft here and there, and apparently a lot of people were entertained. Thank you all for watching. I definitely do not recommend this film. This is one of the worst things in cinema I have ever seen. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.